As families gather for the holidays, it's often when we notice changes in our loved ones. Today, we're focusing on those changes that can impact the health and well-being of your loved one, as well as the relationship and connection to them. Joining us is Carrie Gant, a behavioral health provider at InnovAge Colorado PACE in Pueblo. Welcome.
Thank you.
So for folks who might not be familiar with InnovAge PACE, kind of walk me through what you guys do.
InnovAge PACE is an organization that works with seniors, individuals that are over 55, and we work to keep them independent in the community, in their own homes if possible, maintain safety for them so that there's not a risk of falls or things like that, and make sure we reduce medications if they don't need them and improve their quality of life. Try to avoid nursing home placements and that type of thing.
Oh, that's kind of nice too, giving them independence like
Right.
we always talk about.
Right.
And Carrie, behavioral health is a part of the PACE program. How is it important,
Correct.
especially though for those older adults?
You just brought up the word independence. That's important. I think it's often overlooked when our elderly population is losing their independence. There's grief associated with that and some depression associated with that. I think if we're down with the flu for a couple of days, we feel a little depressed because we can't do what we usually do. You know, you magnify that about 100 times, and that's where our seniors are.
So now we got to talk about those family gatherings,
Yes.
especially when you bring in those older loved ones. It can kind of cause some triggers and some
Right.
stressors.
Right, and I think a lot of that is they do not want to admit that they're losing their independence or ability to do things. It's also a struggle because maybe they were the ones who always cooked the turkey and now they're not able to, and that can create some issues for that as well.
That's given us a lot to think about here. We actually talked to a participant and a colleague who has more to share.
We see a lot of ED visits, emergency room visits, for what could potentially be just untreated and unmanaged anxiety symptoms.
I didn't think I had any mental health issues, and I didn't want to talk about it. You know, I was, this male, ego type, person, and then until I realized, look, I can get in that place too. People need to really talk about it.
It can be so many things. Grief and loss is big. Loss of identity, self, transitioning to higher levels of care, from independence. I used to live all by myself and take care of myself. Losing the ability to take care of oneself is a major, major blow to their identity and their sense of self and their overall happiness and life satisfaction. So working through acknowledging, gosh, that is hard.
Well, Carrie, we did talk about what to be aware of when it comes to these gatherings. So tell me a little bit about how this can be informative, but also enjoyable for our loved ones.
It can be enjoyable if we make things simple. We don't want to give our individuals, our family, our loved ones, a lot of choices to overwhelm them. We just want to keep it simple with one or two choices. Make sure we may even need to reduce the guest list because too many people can be overwhelming. Also being flexible, knowing that sometimes maybe dinner isn't going to go as planned and we might have to order pizza instead.
Oh yeah.
So those kind of things are important too, as well as maybe having an option or a room available so that that person can take a time out, reduce the stimulation, and be able to enjoy the party more.
Last, before the family get-together happens, pre-planning may be key. Do you have any tips that we can share with our viewers about what might be best for that?
I think letting everyone who's invited know what the concerns are and how to deal with that. A lot of people come in expecting a loved one that they haven't seen in a while to be exactly as they were 10 years ago. So preparing yourself for things that may be different.
And the option to be able to go check out InnovAge PACE as well.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, well, Carrie, thank you so much for your time and for
you.
your educating our viewers here on a little bit what to do with those family gatherings.
Thank you.
The InnovAge team is happy to help you evaluate your options, see if you are eligible for the program, and share more on how PACE can fit your particular healthcare needs. To learn more, reach out to the InnovAge Center staff in your area. They are happy to give you and your loved ones a tour. You can also visit innovage.com for more information. Thanks to InnovAge PACE for sponsoring this segment.